Moments with you. My name is Rick Chase. I was the moderator of the 216th General Assembly. I live in Hudson River Presbytery, and when asked to whether I would be willing to serve as the overture advocate for this particular overture, I jumped at the chance. There's been plenty of conversation this afternoon, and I won't rehearse what you all have been discussing. You're clearly deep in the midst of the conversation. I'll just tell you that I also happen to be the co-director with my wife Kitty of Stony Point Conference Center, which is one of the two national centers of the Presbyterian Church USA. And we are aware on a regular basis, probably at least once every week to 2 weeks, we have conversation about the fact that our property exists on stolen land. The Ramapo Lenape nations are the historic nations in our area, and we are constantly asking ourselves what our responsibility is, what our obligation is as the co-directors of this historic church property to take seriously the reality that the property is located on land that was not ours and that was taken. So I look forward to a conversation about the heart of the doctrine of discovery. I'll tell you that, like most of you, if you had asked me a year ago, I couldn't have told you actually 15 months ago, what the doctrine of discovery was about. I know exactly when my eyes were open to it. I went to the Ecumenical Advocacy Days and the Compassion, Peace, and Justice Day a year and 3 months ago in Washington, D.C., and I sat in on a workshop that I didn't expect to be particularly changed by, and I was totally blown away by the awareness that I gained around, I would say it this way, I was raised understanding westward expansion and Monroe Doctrine and Manifest Destiny. What I was not raised to understand, in fact, what I was intentionally raised not to understand as a person who was raised white in this country, is the responsibility that we have as Christians for what has taken place. So it's our job to step out in front. And it seems to me that placing it firmly in the midst of the conversation that Larissa and Alana and Tony and others had, that conversation happened to take place at Stony Point Center a year and a half ago, or 6 months ago actually. That conversation, if we can do it together with that conversation and make the doctrine of discovery something that's integrated into that conversation, will be doing all of us and the church of the future a great favor. So I would implore you to go ahead with this deliberation and to help us lay the groundwork for the work that we're all called to do, to become whatever it is, this new thing that God is calling us to become, a church that really is aware of where we come from and takes responsibility for the things that we've done throughout our history and that our ancestors have done that have been unjust and unfair, and that lays the groundwork for a new kind of possibility.